Today, Ryanair is announcing that we're the first EU airline to publish our monthly CO2 emissions. We've decided to announce this on a monthly basis because it's a very important topic in aviation within our business. We encourage other airlines to do the same. We want to be fully transparent with the CO2 emissions that we have. We are committed to our own target of reducing our CO2 per passenger kilometre travelled to 60 grams by the year 2030, and we think all airlines should do the same. CO2 per passenger kilometre travelled is the most reliable and most transparent measure of CO2 in the aviation industry. Ryanair is already Europe's greenest airline. This is down to two main reasons. Firstly, we have the youngest fleet of aircraft. We have 450 aircraft flying for Ryanair this summer with an average age of just 6 years. So younger aircraft, younger engines produce lower CO2. The second factor is our very high load factors. We have industry-leading load factors of 96%. So that's 186 of 189 seats filled on every Ryanair flight, which means our flights are busy, which means we're not wasting any seats, and that also reduces our CO2. These two factors combined is what produces an average CO2 per passenger kilometre travelled of just 67 grams. This is less than half that of some larger airlines who are flying on older aircraft with a lot lower loads. Ryanair will continue to lead the way on CO2 emissions with the investment that we're making in new aircraft. Over the next number of years, we're investing $20 billion in 210 new 737 game-changer aircraft. These will give us 4% more seats. They will reduce our fuel bill by 16% and reduce our noise emissions by 40%. These new aircraft, younger aircraft, more seats will allow us to continue to be Europe's leading green airline. In the past 10 years, we've reduced our CO2 emissions per passenger kilometre by 18%, going from 82 to 67 grams. But between now and the year 2030, we will further reduce our CO2 emissions with a target of 60 grams that we want to achieve by the year 2030. We're extremely proud on the initiatives that we have that do involve our customers. Last year, 2% of all Ryanair customers contributed while they were booking a flight to offset the carbon with that flight. That raised over €1 million in the past year, and over €1 million will be raised this year. That money gets spent on 4 partnerships that we have. These partnerships are great. This is just the start. We want to announce more partnerships in the next number of years, and we want to make our customers more aware of what they can do. I think it's fantastic that 2% of all our customers, which is higher than the EU average, decided to offset the carbon cost of their flight last year. I think in the coming years you'll see more consumers in Europe make that choice.